Think all vegetables are safe to eat just because they're in a grocery store? Think again. Today, we're exposing 6 popular grocery chains where you may want to avoid buying your produce, and the reasons will shock you. From chemical contamination to long-distance shipping that kills freshness, this is the video every shopper needs to see before heading to the store. Most shoppers assume that if produce is on the shelf, it's been inspected and is safe. But that's not always the case. The truth? Many stores cut corners when it comes to produce sourcing. Some rely on long-distance shipping, others store veggies for weeks before displaying them. And some even stock produce from suppliers flagged for pesticide violations or unsanitary conditions. The average grocery store vegetable travels over 1,500 miles before it reaches your plate. According to USDA reports, some chains have higher recall rates than others due to contaminated produce. Walmart might be the king of low prices, but when it comes to vegetables, you may want to think twice. Many customers complain about inconsistent freshness, and Walmart has been criticized for sourcing produce from farms with questionable labor and pesticide practices. Independent tests have found high levels of chemical residue on certain Walmart vegetables like spinach and bell peppers. If you shop at Walmart, choose frozen organic over fresh produce. You see the word fresh all over Walmart's produce section, but don't be fooled. According to one current employee from a Texas location, we're told to just rotate the veggies and make them look full, even if some are already going bad. Half the time, the back room's cooler isn't working right, and the stuff just sits there too long. That's right. A Walmart insider admitted that veggies are sometimes put back on the shelf just to make displays look full, not because they're truly fresh. And it shows. Customers constantly report finding. Some employees have even confessed that managers tell them to wipe off the bad spots and repackage produce instead of tossing it out. Think about that the next time you reach for a discounted cucumber. Walmart frozen organic is safer. Or skip their produce entirely. Your stomach will thank you later. Dollar General recently expanded into fresh food, but according to several consumer watchdogs, the chain struggles with poor refrigeration, expired stock, and unsanitary storage. In one investigation, green beans were found moldy and lettuce was decaying right on the shelf. Stick to canned or dry goods here. Vegetables are a gamble. Safeway ranks well in many categories, but their produce department has come under fire in multiple regions for poor quality control. Customers have reported buying veggies that spoiled within just 24 hours. So, what's the issue? Safeway often relies on regional warehouse distribution, which means your so-called fresh lettuce may have been sitting in a truck or warehouse for a whole week. My advice? Ask the produce manager when shipments arrive to get the freshest options. Or, honestly, maybe just skip produce here altogether. You wouldn't expect amazing produce from a convenience store, but surprisingly, 7-Eleven has been offering fruits and veggies in select locations. The problem? Tiny storage space, lack of temperature control, and long shelf times make this one of the worst places to buy perishables. Some items, believe it or not, sit for days without rotation. If it's not pre-packaged and sealed, it's probably best to skip it. Target has made huge efforts to be a one-stop shop, including produce, but critics argue that their vegetables are visibly lower in quality than traditional grocers. Multiple consumer reviews show withered kale, slimy zucchini, and soft tomatoes, likely due to subcontracted suppliers and infrequent restocking. Target is great for household items, but leave the veggies to your local farmer's market. Target's produce looks good. Until you get home, Target nails the vibe. Clean aisles, curated displays, and trendy lighting. But when it comes to vegetables, it's often more style than substance. Many shoppers say the produce at Target looks amazing under the store lights, but once you get it home, it's a different story. Wilted kale, slimy cucumbers, strawberries that rot within a day. One shopper posted, "It's like they used some kind of produce makeup. Everything looks perfect in store, but it's gone bad before dinner." Here's why. Target isn't a full-scale grocery store. Their produce is often sourced through third-party distributors, meaning it's not as fresh and may sit in transit or storage longer than at traditional grocers. Plus, many stores don't have the proper refrigeration systems to keep veggies at peak freshness. And unlike stores with full produce teams, Target rarely rotates stock as frequently, so old veggies just sit there, looking okay on top while the rest slowly decays. Target tip: stick to packaged or frozen veggies. If you want truly fresh produce, head to a grocery store, not a department store trying to wear too many hats. Aldi is praised for affordability, but many shoppers complain about short shelf life and produce that spoils quickly. Aldi buys produce in bulk, sometimes internationally, and sells it fast. But if you're not eating your veggies the same day, you may end up wasting money. Check for visible bruises and always inspect expiration dates, if any. Aldi has built its brand around affordability, but when it comes to fresh vegetables, you might be getting what you pay for, and less. Many shoppers rave about Aldi's prices, but behind those savings is a growing wave of complaints about their produce section. From slimy green beans to mushy bell peppers, Aldi's veggies often spoil within 24 to 48 hours, even if they look good at checkout. One frustrated customer said, "I bought a bag of salad mix that looked fine. The next morning, it was brown and smelled like feet." Why does this happen? Aldi's business model favors high turnover and bulk distribution, meaning vegetables are often stored in crates and moved long distances before hitting shelves. Add minimal staff and no in-store produce prep, and what you get is a ticking time bomb of spoilage. Plus, Aldi doesn't always refrigerate vegetables properly, especially in stores with older layouts. That's a major issue for leafy greens and herbs, which start breaking down the moment they lose temperature control. Aldi tip: always check the bottom of bags, look for signs of condensation or bruising, and if you're meal prepping, use Aldi veggies the same day or skip them completely. So where should you shop? Local farmers markets, co-ops, and reputable stores like Whole Foods, Sprouts, and Trader Joe's often have better sourcing standards and quicker farm-to-shelf times. Yes, they may cost more, but the health and flavor benefits are worth it. At the end of the day, your health is too important to risk on questionable veggies. Next time you're shopping, think about where your produce comes from. Check labels, ask questions, and if you've experienced bad produce from one of these stores, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story. Subscribe for more smart shopping tips, hit that like button, and share this with a fellow shopper.